All right. Um, I took a Peloton class the other day that has made me insanely sore. So part of what inspired class today is like getting into some of those like weird spaces that only someone puts you through like a brutal class can make sore, and then trying to stretch those things. And the other thing I was thinking about is um, truly like what a delight it is, and um, how really spectacular it is to have these bodies that we can move and make do weird shapes. So we're going to do some functional movement today. Explorations, for me, that's one of the hardest things we take on the mat, not just like doing poses, but really thinking about what's happening and kind of recruiting um, other body parts to help us have leverage and movement. And then we'll kind of take things in the opposite direction as we wind down. And that's what I got for you today. So you can start on your back. You'll need blocks up towards the front of your mat. You won't need them for quite a bit, but you'll be happy they're there when it's time. And this evening, the invitation will be to start with your feet quite wide on the mat, even wider than the mat, with your knees bent. So knees bent, feet on the floor, wider than your mat. You're being defiant today. Yes. Your arms can do whatever they feel like doing right now. Sometimes a big stretch overhead feels great. Sometimes an arm spread wide situation. Kitty, it's quiet time. And just take a few breaths. Feel your back body supported by the earth. Feel your front body moving into this really infinite space above you. Jillian Pransky is one of my kind of favorite yoga teachers. I've done some in-person stuff with her and some online trainings with her, even over the past year in quarantine. And I saw a quote that she had up the other day about how stress is who you want to be, who you think you should be, and peace or ease is who you are. And the more I think about that, the more I think it applies to so many different combinations of nouns, right? Stress is who you want others to be, who you think others should be. And peace is just who they are. The same thing with situations, right? Stress is how you wish things were, and peace is how they are. And then the nice thing is like the liberty there is that you don't have to accept things permanently as they are. You can kind of always endeavor to change. There's this idea that you have to just accept the rate that change happens, right? So stress is how you wish things were evolving, and peace is how they are evolving. And sometimes we have control over that, and sometimes we don't. So I leave you with that as you move through your own practice this evening. We'll get started. So you don't have to do anything to change the way your legs are moving. Actually, keep your left knee pointed straight up towards the sky and just kind of let your right knee drop in towards the midline. And you can adjust your foot any way you need to so that your right knee is really dangling in like the negative space between the feet. Maybe a little bit of a outer hip opener, maybe a little bit of a thigh opener. Pivot your foot so it's back on the floor. Walk your right foot in towards the midline, and then let your right knee open without letting your left knee move again. So here you're feeling maybe more of an inner groin opener. Pick the knee up through center, return the right foot so that it's wider than the mat, and do the same thing on the second side. Let the left knee drop inward, maybe a little sensation in the outer hip, the front of the thigh, anywhere you feel this actually is correct. We'll all feel things ever so slightly different just based on the limits we have in our own body. Pick the knee up, walk the foot in towards the midline, and let the left knee open out to the left, like a half of a Baddha Konasana. And then pick the left knee up, walk your left foot wide, let your knees knock in towards each other. Widen the knees, bring the feet together to touch. So you have a true Baddha Konasana shape. And hug your knees in towards your belly or your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Feel the glute stretch. Oh, good sounds. And rock your way up to sit. Widen your feet as wide as the mat again. And then we're going to create a 90-90 shape. So walk your left foot over to meet your right foot. Let your left shin parallel the top of the mat. And then parallel your right shin with the long edge of your mat. So if this feels really intense, walk your knee closer toward your foot. If this isn't intense enough, walk your knee further away from your foot, but keep your ankle and your knee in one line. So they're parallel with the long edge of your mat. Both of your hands touch your left knee, your left ankle, and really shift off your right sits bone. I feel a big inner groin stretch here. Reach your heart forward, just like cat spine. As you exhale, drive your right sits bone down, round into your back like a cat. We'll do 3 more just like that, just in this position. Inhale, a cat spine, or a cow spine, you can come all the way off your right sits bone. Exhale to rock back. Feel what you feel. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Stay with the legs as they are. Walk your hands over, touch your left knee or your right knee and your right ankle. This feels so different for me right away. So my right sits bone's down. Same thing as you exhale, round into the back like cats. And inhale, lift up for cow. Feel what you feel. 3 more. Good. Last one. Good. Come up through neutral spine. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. You'll pivot to the right. Pick both knees up, both feet face to the right, and then drop both knees towards the back of the mat. So you're coming into that same 90-90 shape. Both hands to the right leg this time. The left sits bone will come up as you inhale to find your big cow. 4 here, 4 breaths here. Exhale, rock back on the sits bone, round into the back. So again, to make this less intense on your left inner groin, walk the knee closer to the foot. To make it more intense, walk the knee back, but keep the shin parallel. Last round here. Hands to the left knee, left shin, left ankle this time. And then same thing. Maybe your movement is very much more limited. Take your time. Accept what it is, right? Good. Last inhale, exhale here. Oh. Hands come to heart center. Feet come to the floor, knees rock up. And then all the way back to starting position. Pick your right foot up. If you have to use your hands, go ahead. If you can do it without, swing your right leg all the way around, shin in front of shin, and fold forward. Take a hip opener. Lay your forearms down, hands down, forehead down. Take a couple breaths here. We'll do some more hip openers. Good. And roll yourself up. Keep your right shin as it is. Release your left leg back to that 90-90 position. We'll do a little bit of a different variation this time. This time, right hand to left knee, left fingertips somewhere behind you. And then use the leverage of your hands to kind of exaggerate. 4 cats and cows here. Just get into something a little bit different, almost like a twist. And then when you're done with that, left hand to right knee, right hand somewhere behind you, same thing. Cats and cows. Just lean into whatever range of motion you can access in this orientation. Good. When you're done, hands to heart center, you'll pivot through center, feet down, knees up, and then you'll face the back of the mat for the same thing now. We'll start with left hand to right knee, right hand somewhere behind you. Cats and cows here. This is our last orientation like this, and we'll start moving. Last breath. Right hand to left knee, left hand somewhere behind you, cat and cow. And get into whatever avails itself. Good. I'm on my last breath here. Hands can come to heart center when you're ready to kind of shift through center. You'll rock all the way back to your starting position with or without the use of your hands. Pick your left leg up, swing it to the top of the mat, cross it in front of your right, and then fold forward, forearms down, head drops. Take a moment or two here. Good. We're not staying too long. We have a lot to do. You can roll your way up to sit. Lean back with or without your hands again. Put both feet down on the floor. Bring both of your hands up to heart center. Lengthen your spine. And then send your arms straight out in front of you. You can interlace your fingers, make a little pistol. As you exhale, cut your arms over to the right. Try to touch the ground down to the right. Inhale to come through center. As you exhale, shift to the left. Try to tap your pointer fingers to the left. Inhale through center. To advance this, lean back, lift your feet up. Exhale, twist. Inhale through center, exhale, twist. 3 more each side. Inhale, exhale, twist. Good. Last one. We're coming up. Inhale, last. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, last. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Cross the ankles or the shins. Plant your palms. Walk your knees back for table. Plant your palms. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Lean back into the heel. Give yourself a little calf stretch. Bring your right knee down. Send your left leg towards the back of the mat. Tuck your toes. Kick back through the heel. Get a little calf stretch. Should feel pretty good. Left knee to the mat. Take one inhale to drop your belly, lift your heart. As you exhale, tuck your toes, bring your seat towards your heels. Start to peel the knees up off the mat as your seat lifts up and back towards the sky. Arrive in downward facing dog, pedal out. Nod the head, shake the head, shift weight from hand to hand, foot to foot. Swivel both heels to the left. You can soften your right knee. Big left side body stretch. Toes and heels through center, second side. Good, feet through center. Inhale, ripple your way forward to plank. As you exhale in one piece with knees down or lifted, lower to the belly. Untuck your toes, widen your arms like a goalpost. Left hand just underneath your left shoulder, push onto your right side. Send your left toes way behind you to find a shoulder stretch. Come back through center. Please, left arm, just like a goalpost. Right arm under the right shoulder. Right knee bends, reach back with the foot. Back through center. Please, goalpost both of your arms. Bring your chin or your forehead down. As you inhale, pin your pubic bone down, lift your chest, lift your arms. Breathe in here. As you exhale, squeeze the elbows towards your sides. Lift your chest a little higher. As you inhale, swim your arms forward. Exhale, elbows come down at your sides, chest lifts. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pin your elbows down at your sides. Take a breath in. As you exhale, place your hands down next to your low ribs. As you inhale, lift your chest like a baby cobra, shoulders soft and down. As you exhale, push back to downward facing dog pose. Breathe in. Breathe in. Last one, breathe in. Inhale, look forward. Step your right foot wide of your right hand. Tent up on fingertips if that makes this a little bit more accessible for you. Fire up your back leg, take a breath. Let your hips sink down towards the ground. Oh, take an inhale. As you exhale, step your left foot wide of your left hand. Hands to the ground or fingertips to the ground. Straighten your legs, fold forward. Inhale, find a flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, soften your knees, rise to stand. You can keep your feet wide. As you exhale, dive right back down. Inhale to your halfway lift. As you exhale, soft knees, step your right foot back to a lunge. Stay on fingertips or palms down, fine by me. Right leg is strong, let your hips dip down. Feel the inner groin opener, hip opener. One more breath in. The next time you exhale, left foot meets right foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple out to a plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Widen your fingertips, send them forward off your mat. On fingertips, lift your chest. As you exhale, dip your left shoulder in towards the midline, gaze over your right. Inhale to come through center, exhale, right shoulder dips in, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale to come through center, exhale, lengthen as you lower all the way to the ground. Slide your hands in at your low ribs. Tuck your toes, inhale, shift up and back, downward facing dog, breathe in. Big sigh out. Look forward, left foot steps wide of left hand. Right foot steps wide of right hand. Inhale, find a halfway lift with straight, strong legs. Exhale, fold. Soft knees to rise to stand, arms to the sky. Exhale, dive right back down. Inhale is your halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, right knee bends. Find a thigh stretch, a hip stretch. Exhale is downward facing dog. Inhale, roll your way out to plank. Exhale, lower to the belly, maybe pause at chaturanga right away this time. Inhale for your back bend, baby cobra or up dog, totally up to you. Legs are strong, shoulders are soft, jaw soft. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet together and a touch closer. Soften your knees. Walk or step both of your feet wide of your little fingers. Turn your toes out. Soften your knees this time. Inhale. It's like a goddess pose chair combination. Sit low. Breathe here. Just like we did on the floor as you exhale. Goal post your arms, elbows towards your sides. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, elbows to your sides, belly in. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, elbows to your sides. This time as you inhale, push your legs straight, send your arms to the sky, turn your toes in. As you exhale, fold forward and pause. Breathe here. Bend into one knee, bend into the other knee. Yeah, just breathe. Give your head a nod and a shake. And then toe, heel your feet towards the midline. They don't have to touch, that's not a problem. Inhale from here to find a halfway lift, hands to shins, fingertips on the ground. As you exhale, hands to the mat, step your left foot back to find a lunge. Pat up if you'd like, lower your left knee to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. A low lunge. Your back toes can be tucked or untucked. Whatever's touching the ground, push into that. Send your hips forward and hug your outer hips in towards the midline. Turn your palms to face forward. Hook your right thumb in front of your left thumb. Take a big breath in as you exhale, lean over to the right for a left side body stretch. Inhale your way through center. With your left toes tucked, please, heel your left knee up off the mat. Lean forward, release your hands, sweep them behind you with palms down like an airplane. Hug your right hip in, and then hug your little fingers towards each other like you could squeeze your shoulder blades in. Last breath here, inhale. As you exhale, slowly fingertips to the mat. Step your left knee behind your right ankle. So you're coming into like this deep curtsy position. Pivot your way down to sit. Right fingertips sweep back behind you. Left arm hugs the right leg. Lift up. Exhale, twist over the right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, twist a little deeper. Last breath in. Last breath out. Good. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. If this doesn't work without your hands, you can always use your hands to help. Pick your right foot up. Ooh. Send your right leg wide. So you're facing the long edge of your right, of the mat, the right side. Left foot is inside the right thigh. Turn your right toes all the way up. Reach your right hand towards your right foot. Sweep your left arm up and overhead. Left side body stretch, just like we did in a low lunge. Roll your right shoulder open so your chest is broadening. Good, breathe in and out. Last breath in and out. Inhale, bring yourself to center, hands to heart again. Pick your right foot up. You can lean back a little bit. Cross your right foot in front of your left knee, just where we started. Did I miss a step? Did I? Oh, I did. Bring your right foot back to long. You'll like this. And then maybe you can come to stand No, that wasn't it either. Oh my goodness, apologies. All right, right foot steps back. And then hands come down to the mat. Pivot your way up. Left foot steps to the back of the mat. Right leg up and back to the sky for down dog split. Bend your knee, open your hip. Oh, yes. You can roll out your ankle, roll out your knee. And then we're coming right back, right foot wide of right hand. This is where you can grab your blocks if you want them. We're gonna do two things here. As you inhale, let your hips really sink down. And then as you exhale, push your right leg straight with hands on blocks. You can turn your toes up. So move back and forth between those two things. Inhale, bend into the knee. Let your hips sink down. And your exhale is a push of your right leg straight and strong. Two more. Oh. Last one, inhale, bend into the knee. And then step your left foot wide of your left hand. Bend your knees here, turn your toes out. Inhale, arms to the sky. Just breathe. Widen your knees. Rock weight back into your heels, back into your bum. Stay, stay. Inhale, come up to stand, turn your toes in, keep your feet wide. Maybe lean back a little bit. As you exhale, swan dive, arms wide, chest forward and down. Land your fingertips on the mat. And same thing, you can rock weight one way, the other way. Enjoy. And toe heel your feet towards the midline. They don't have to touch. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. As you exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back to a lunge. Lower your right knee down. Toes can stay tucked or untucked. They will need to be tucked eventually. Inhale, arms to the sky. Whatever your right foot, whatever part of your right foot is touching down, push into that part of the foot. Send your hips forward. Enjoy that thigh stretch. Good. Turn your palms to face forward. Hook your left thumb in front of your right thumb. Lift up and then open up to the left. Good. Inhale your way back to center. Tuck your right toes now if they aren't already. Peel your right knee up off the mat. Tilt forward, reach your arms forward. Sweep them back, turn the palms down, airplane. Squeeze the place behind your shoulder blades so your chest is really wrapping open and your arms can hug together behind you. Breathe. Good. Slowly release your hands to frame out your left foot. And then right knee steps behind your left foot like you're in a curtsy position. Spin your way down to sit on your bottom. Right arm hugs left leg. Left fingertips find the mat or a block behind you. Lift your chest up and open. We have 3 breaths here. Connect your big toe ball mounts to something. Use that to push down as you lift up. And your exhale is a twist. 2 more breaths. Last one, breathe in. Good. Unwind, hands to heart center. Pick your left foot up. Widen your left leg to the left. So you're setting up for Janu Shirshasana. And then left hand reaches for left foot. It doesn't have to touch. Right arm reaches overhead towards your left foot. Your left leg is active the whole time. Take a few breaths. Roll your left shoulder onto your back, just like that airplane, like you're squeezing something behind your left shoulder blade. Your chest is peeling open. Good, breathe in and out. Use your inhale to come back to center, hands to heart. I remember what I missed now. We're gonna do it on this side and we'll catch up on the other side. Bend your left knee like 90-90. We were here before. Yeah. From here, lift up onto your right shin and your left shin. Maybe you can make your way to stand. If you think you can transition left foot to the top of the mat from this position, you can give it a try. I'm going to do it from sitting, and then left foot to the top of the mat, hands to the mat, right foot steps back, left leg reaches up and back to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip, circle out the ankle, circle out the knee. Good. Left foot steps wide of the hand. Wiggle your right knee back. And then this is a little flow that you make your own. As you inhale, let your hips sink, let your heart reach forward. And then with your hands on your blocks, push your left leg straight. We're getting into the hamstring really for the first time. So make this your own. Oh. Good. Last cycle here. The next time you bend into your left knee, pause there and step your right foot to mirror the left. Turn your toes out. This time, climb both of your forearms up onto your thighs and sit a little deeper. Keep your right forearm on your right thigh. Send your left arm overhead like a side bend here. Bend your left elbow, left forearm to left thigh, right arm reaches overhead. Right forearm back to right thigh, left arm reaches overhead, side body stretch. Last one. Good. Right forearm to right thigh. Keep your forearms on your thighs. Grab a hold of your ankles. Sit low, really widen the inner groins here. Oh. And then hands to the mat, hips to the sky, toes turn in. Let your head hang. Toe heel your feet towards center. Inhale to take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Step your left foot back to find a lunge. Spin your left heel down like you're setting up for side angle. Climb your right forearm up onto your right thigh. And then send your left arm up as you peel open. Turn your palm down, reach your arm overhead. Stay here. Breathe, widen or lengthen the space from your left fingertips to the blade edge of your left foot. Soften your neck, soften your jaw, soften your eyes. What would it take for you to be at peace with this? Last breath, inhale, exhale. Left hand finds left thigh, push your right leg straight, reach your right arm up and overhead. You have a block in front of you as you bend into your right knee. Find a block. We're setting up for half moon. Skip your left foot in and up. When you find your balance, really open your right side body up and open towards the left. Maybe left fingertips find the hip. Maybe they reach up towards the sky. Doesn't matter to me. Slowly start to bend into your right knee. It's a graceful transition back to a warrior two stance. Ooh. Push your right leg straight. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes to the back of the mat. Reach your left fingertips forward. Triangle pose. Left hand finds your ankle or your shin. Right arm sweeps up. Lengthen your left side body by letting your left sits bone really drag towards your right heel. Beautiful. Good. Roll your left shoulder open. Jaw soft, neck soft. Good. Inhale your way up to stand. Reach your hands behind you. Either interlace your fingers, right thumb on top of left thumb, or right forearm on top of left forearm. Turn your left toes in. And lift your heart up as you exhale, fold forward over straight legs. Let your head go, let your neck go, let your jaw go. Whatever you're doing with the arms, roll your shoulders away from the ears. So that's really the stretch. It's right for the front of the shoulder heads. Yeah, very good. Let your head stay low here. Start to release your arms, whatever you're holding on to. Hands can make their way towards the mat. Inhale to find a halfway lift from here. As you exhale, crawl your way towards the top of the mat. We're just going to detour for a second so we can find that little functional movement. Left knee behind right knee. Spin your way down to sit. And then 90-90, keep your left shin as it is. Right shin finds the back of the mat. Hands to heart center. And then lift up to stand. Both of the shins stay down. Really send your hips forward. Oh, that is a stretch we don't normally get into. And then you can lower your seat down or stay lifted. Right foot finds your way back to the top of the mat. Hands to the mat. Left leg reaches back. And then we're really making our way back to down dog split anyway. Right knee up and open. From here, if you want to flip your dog, it's available. Maybe you're feeling warmed up for that. Good. As you exhale, right hand to the mat wherever you are. Right shin lays across the front of your mat. Wiggle your left knee back as much as you need to. And then put your fingertips down on the floor. As you inhale, peel your chest open, shoulders back, head lifts. As you exhale, lift up, over, and down, like you're folding over a giant inflated right leg. Inhale, roll your way up, peel your chest up and open. Exhale, a huge fold over your right leg. Last one, inhale, roll up. Exhale, come on down. And then this time as you inhale, pause. Let your left forearm lay down on the mat. Bend into your left knee. And maybe reach around with your right hand for your left foot. And then you play away around with the thigh stretch here. Maybe that's available to you. Don't push it, right? Let this practice be about the experience of searching for ease, searching for peace, right? So it doesn't have to be what you wish it was. It doesn't have to be the way you think you should be. Just let it be the way it is. And let that be just enough. Good. And then let your foot go if you have it. Bring your right hand back to the mat. Bring your left hand back to the mat. Let your right sits bone find the ground. Your back in something that looks kind of like a 90-90. It's a little awkward this time. Left leg lifts up. See if you can lift the knee and the ankle. Bring the foot towards the top of the mat. We've been here before. You can use your hands or not. We're coming into a standing split, so you can use a little bit of momentum. Right leg to the sky as your hands come down. Ah. Roll your shoulders around. Good. Right foot meets left foot. Inhale, find a halfway lift from here. As you exhale, fold. Let your head go, let your neck go, let your jaw go. Feel the difference side to side. Good sounds. Let's step your right foot back to lunge. Spin your right heel down. Climb your left forearm onto your left thigh. Right arm reaches back. Peel your chest open to the right. And then circle your arm all the way up and overhead. Extended side angle pose. Both feet are engaged. Both shoulders are soft, your jaw is soft. Make space. Make space in your left side body, make space in your left side body. Make space in your front body and your back body. Notice if you're collapsing in your low back. How can you lengthen that space? Yes, last breath in and out. Inhale, right hand finds right thigh. As you push your left leg straight, reach your left arm up and back. It's a reverse triangle shape. And start to bend into your left knee. Find a block, left hand to the ground. Right foot skips in and up for half moon pose. Recall airplane arms. Hug your shoulder blades together on your back. Maybe your right arm reaches up. You're finding some stability in your balance today. Flex your right foot. If you're in half moon, lift your right leg up a little higher. Oh. Begin your transition. It's a slow one. Make it graceful. You are in no rush. Yes. Arms can widen. Push your left leg straight. Turn your left toes in. Right toes find the back of the mat. Reach your right fingertips forward, forward, forward. When you can't go any further, right hand to right shin, left arm up. It's Trikonasana triangle. I think about your right sits bone reaching towards the left foot. Think about both shoulder blades hugging something behind you. Your neck is soft, your jaw is soft, your shoulders are soft. Right? This is a practice of accepting what is. It doesn't have to be anything other than that. Good. Rise up to stand, arms wide. Turn your right toes in. Reach your hands back behind you, either left thumb on top or left forearm on top. Chest lifts. Your shoulders are rolling back and down. Fold forward. Head soft, neck soft, jaw soft. Give your head a nod and a shake. Oh. And whatever the arms are doing, the shoulders are moving away from the ears. So you're having that hint or really pronounced shoulder head stretch. And keep your head soft. Release your arms, let your hands find the ground. Crawl to the top of the mat. Turn all 10 toes to face forward. Oh, right leg or left leg up and back to the sky. Down dog split. Bend your knee, open your hips. You can stay here or you can have a play with a flip dog. And then when you're ready to come back to it, left hand to the ground, left shin towards the top of the mat. Wiggle your right knee back as needed. Tent up onto your fingertips. Chest up. As you exhale, lift up and over your left leg. Forehead maybe grazes the earth. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bow. 2 more. The next time you find yourself upright, stay there. Or actually, the next time you find yourself folded forward, stay there. Come down onto your right forearm this time. Bend your right knee. Reach for your right foot with your left hand. Oh. And then you can turn this into somewhat of a twist. Oh, breathe. Yeah, 2 more breaths. If you're holding onto your right foot, gently let it go. Left fingertips to the mat, right fingertips to the mat. Lower yourself down onto your left sits bone. Right foot, see if you can lift the whole right leg up. So the knee and the ankle. Very challenging. Ooh, bring it forward. Right foot finds the top of the mat. And then with or without your hands, we're different side to side. Felt possible for me on one side now. I'm not so sure. You're coming to standing split, however you need to get there. Be intentional, make it graceful. Right? You don't have to argue with yourself about it. Lean in. Shoulders move away from your ears, just like they did in your wide-legged forward fold. Left foot meets your right foot. Last time, inhale, find a halfway lift. Really lengthen out the backs of the legs, the back of the spine, chin in towards your chest. Feel even the back of your neck lengthen. As you exhale, soften the knees, plant your palms, step yourself back to plank. As you exhale, lower your knees to the mat. Option here, if your thighs are not, if finding that bow was challenging for you, grab a block, widen your heels a little bit, sit down on the block, and take like a seated thigh opener here. If your thighs are feeling really open today, bring your seat not onto a block, right between your heels. Hero's pose. If you're sitting, bring your hands to your lap, close your eyes and breathe. If you're sitting on a block, do that. If you're sitting on the floor, maybe bring your hands into your feet behind you and start to lower your way down onto one elbow, second elbow. Maybe you have the space to lie down all the way flat onto your back. Wherever you are, please breathe deeply, breathe softly. That is when you know you're doing the most meaningful work. If you're lying all the way down onto your back, prepare to make your way up and try to do so in the opposite way you came down. And then we'll all meet sitting on a block, sitting on the shins, hands in the lap. Just a couple more deep breaths here. We will arrive in Shavasana in a short time, not a long time. But from this upright position, really allow for the fruits of your labor, the work that you've done on your mat. Let it sink in, let it settle. All the configurations and the effort and the challenges, the sticky spots, all the things you've really worked through on your mat. And if you're sitting on a block, just move your blocks off to the side, shift your seat in one direction or another so you can swing your legs around, face forward. Set your legs up wide, toes pointing towards the sky. Fingertips can find the floor behind you. Lift your chest up and exhale. If you have room to fold, you can walk your hands to your feet. You can walk your hands to the space in between your legs. Final symmetrical stretch here. Thighs are driving down. Your big toe ball mounds are reaching away from you. Send your heart forward or up. Good. Lift yourself up to sit. Use your hands to bend the knees, bring your feet in and onto the mat. Scoot forward a little bit, reach your hands forward, roll all the way down onto your back. Walk your feet in towards your seat. Graze the backs of the heels with your fingertips. Bend your elbows from here, and then push into your feet. Lift your hips, take a bridge pose. Push into the backs of the arms with those bent elbows. Push into the back of the head. Keep your knees drawing in towards each other, and then engage your glutes a lot. Notice the tendency is for the knees to wing out as you engage the glutes. Really resist that by intending the knees towards each other. Take one more breath here. Exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, come back onto your spine. Walk your feet wide, knock your knees in, kind of just like how it was when we started. Feet, hand to belly, hand to heart. One more bridge pose from here, or restful bridge pose, totally up to you. When you're ready, walk your feet in, graze the heels with your fingertips. That's a really good way to gauge having your feet close enough, giving yourself enough space. Push into the feet, lift your hips towards the sky. Bend your elbows from here, work your shoulders underneath you. And then you can stay with your arms like this, or you can reach for the outer edges of your mat or for clasped fingers underneath you. Intend the knees towards each other and then really use your glutes to send your hips high to the sky. 2 more breaths here, please. If you're in restful bridge, really rest. And then lower vertebrae by vertebrae. If you're in restful bridge, you can stay, or you're welcome to meet us in a moment or two. Walk your feet wide again, please. Knees drop in towards one another. Opposite hand to belly, opposite hand to heart. Just breathe. We'll take some final twists if you're in restorative bridge pose. And you'd like to take some restorative or some restful twists, meet us. If not, no big deal. Widen your arms to a T, shift your hips to the right, stack one knee on top of your other knee as you drop the knees over to the left. Deepen your breath. It's like a massage for your spine. One more breath here. Bring yourself to center. If it's worth it, push into your feet. Shift your hips a little bit over to the left. And then stack knee on top of knee, ankle on top of ankle as you twist knees to the right. Deepen your breath to feel a massage type of action in the spine. Knees come through center. Final squeeze. Final rest. Legs lengthen, widen. Palms face up. Arms wide at your sides. Feel your toes soften, your ankles soften. Let your thighs melt. Let the bowl of your pelvis soften. Let your low belly disengage. Feel the shoulder heads and the armpits soften. The upper arms, the lower arms, your palms, your thumbs soften. Feel your throat, the sides of the neck soften. Feel your jaw soften, your cheeks soften, your eyeballs, the space between your eyebrows, your forehead softens, the crown of your skull softens, the base of your skull softens. And then breathe. Let the air come in and out of your nostrils become so subtle that you know what's happening, but you can barely feel it. And let your brain start to soften. All of the peace that you cultivated with your practice of allowing yourself to be just as you are, just enjoy that. The rest that comes along with not needing to change anything, not needing to fix. Just let yourself rest. Begin to gently bring yourself back. Bring yourself back to your body, back to your space. Whenever it's right to let go of stillness, rediscover movement. We'll meet in a comfortable seated position to close out our time together. Any way you like to get there is wonderful. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your chin to your chest in this gesture of reverence and gratitude. It is a real commitment that you make to yourself and your practice. There's a lot of other things you could be doing with your time. It's worth acknowledging the work that you put in, the time that you carve out. And just for the last moment here, honor the way that the work that you do on your mat shows up from time to time or all the time off of your mat, the way that it directly translates into who you are and how you are. And thank you so much for showing up here, for sharing your time with me. It's such a pleasure to see you. Have a great week.
Thanks, Linz.
Thanks, Lil. Good to see you.